Welcome back to Motors and Medicine. On today's episode, I'm back in the garage. This time I'm going to be installing some new accessories on the Bronco. The first of which is this really crazy looking unique HEPA filter made by IAG. This thing has like charcoal and carbon traps built into it. It's designed to eliminate not only particulates that come in, but also it's intended to eliminate any type of fumes from exhaust, carbon monoxide, that kind of thing. The reason I bring this up is that anybody who has a new Bronco knows this, and if you have one and don't know this, hopefully this information you'll find useful. But basically, the HVAC system in this Bronco was designed so that you cannot leave your recirc on as long as you want. In other words, it's programmed so that if you turn on recirc, it will eventually turn itself off. And in other words, allow the fresh air to come in. It was designed that way. Most HVAC systems in vehicles are designed that way so that you don't accumulate moisture and mildew inside the HV system. Problem is that with this particular Bronco, the fresh air when it comes in, when the recirc is off, the fresh air that comes in, it gives you a straight shot of air from the vehicles in front of you. So if there's a vehicle that has really poor smelling exhaust, or if it just smells like a bad diesel or black smoke, whatever it is, it just comes right into the cab and it just literally fills the cab. And the standard HEPA filter in this vehicle only filters out particulates. It doesn't do anything for the gases. So IAG, company that I bought a lot of parts from, came up with this new design. It's basically like a carbon trap and charcoal trap to stop all of the fumes and all that. They guarantee 99% or more. Pardon me, getting over a cold. So what I'm going to do is show you guys how easy it is to install this. We'll be opening the glove box here, taking out some of the stuff that's in there. And then there's two tabs inside the glove box that you just push, and then it lets you pull everything down a lot further. That'll allow you to have room to open the latch to take out the old one and then put this new one in. So let's get started with that and see how it goes. All right, guys, so here's the trap door for the HEPA filter on the Bronco. There's a little pinch tab that you just pull. It comes right out. And out comes, I had a little tree hidden in this one just to give some extra scent. But basically it just pulls out like that. Okay, so that's what this is what the old filter looks like. So let's get the other one unpackaged and then we'll see what that looks like next. Okay, so I got this unpackaged. On the one side, you see all the little micro beads in here. This is the carbon charcoal type mechanism that's going to catch the fumes. On this other side, it's just pleated. And here it denotes air inlet on this side. So this is the side where the air is going to come through. And then hopefully on this end is where all those fumes will be caught so that you don't circulate it through your car. So basically, I'm just gonna shove this back in here. All right, now I'll show you guys what that looks like installed. Basically, fits flush mount just like that. And you take your cover, if I can see the hole, oh, not this, and then just pop it back in. All right, so just couldn't see it very well in the dark. But hopefully you guys can see there, it's closed again, filters in. And now the hope is that when I'm driving, especially in the wintertime, and I can't have the recirc on for very long periods of time, I won't get a whole bunch of exhaust fumes coming in and choking me out. And we're about to take this vehicle on a trip, so anytime I travel in the wintertime, that's the only drawback, is that I can't keep the recirc on for a very long period of time. So this is the next best thing, the next best solution, if you will. This will hopefully just capture all those fumes and noxious gases and just not choke us out. So let's hope it works. We'll see how it ends up working out. But without further ado, we're going to move on to the next project here. Okay, so now we got that HEPA filter installed. Now we're in the back underneath the Bronco. What I'm going to be installing is a diff bash plate. As some of you know, on the last upload I did from Moab, I ran into quite a bit of undercarriage damage. Thankfully, I had all my armor that protected most of the vital parts that were hit. But unfortunately, I didn't have a protector for my diff, and my diff did actually take a decent little whack. Fortunately, I didn't crack it, I didn't break it, so I don't want that to happen in the future and lose all my gear oil. So to help prevent that, I'm going to be installing this this rear diff cover. So it's actually pretty straightforward. You have to remove, I think it's four existing bolts that are here on the diff. So I'm going to start by doing that, taking those off, and then we'll get this into position and see how it ends up looking. So I'm going to go ahead and move the camera so you guys will have a better view. All right, so hopefully you guys can see here. This is the diff, the rear diff. I took out 4 existing bolts. And what I'm going to do is just pop this up into place, just like so. And then just replace these bolts. Just the reverse of what I did taking them out. So you can see how the plate protects the underside of the diff. I'm just going to get these next 2 bolts in. We'll tighten it up, and then I'm going to move to the front and show you guys how that front portion is attached. All right, guys, so little awkward position here under the Bronco. Here you can see the drive shaft. Here you can see the diff cover, and there's 2 holes here. So it comes with this strap that's shaped like a U. You pop it over the diff, and it locks into place with these bolts right in here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started by hand. All right, so I got these bolts started by hand. Now I'm just gonna tighten them down with an Allen wrench. All right, once you snug it up, just a little torque at the end. Doesn't have to be super tight because this isn't really going to go anywhere. And there you go. So now this is how you cinch up the front. It just gives everything around the diff a full cover protection. So the hope is here that next time I go off-roading, I won't cause any damage. Now the next bit of protection I'm going to be adding is these lower control arm and shock covers, which I'm going to get next time around and get those installed. But at least we've got the diff protected, and that's like vital because I ended up hitting a rock with this diff, and luckily I just didn't damage anything, but it could have been bad. So, you know, till next time, this is Motors and Medicine signing off. I appreciate all your support. Appreciate you guys following the channel. Hopefully we'll keep putting on some cool parts and then moving on to the next project. So this is Motors and Medicine signing off. Thank you.